is Dorothy Nyabunjo, Director Zinsonak Space. We are truly honored for your presence here. And we are going to the session of the artist talk, where he's going to share with us about the exhibition, about the work, and you get an opportunity to ask the artist any question. The session is going to be moderated by Andrew Kagwa. Thank you so much, Andrew, for always doing this. We are truly honored. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to hand over the microphone.
Hey people, what's up?
Hey! No, that's fun again.
Being introduced, my name is Andrew Kagwa. I'm an arts and culture journalist, and we are going to be talking about the work in Shadow of the Dinka, and it's just a conversation, by the way. It's not like question and answer. It's a conversation just about the work. Anyway, just for starters, why Shadow of the Dinka?
Why Shadow of the Dinka? Okay, I can answer that. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming here. You would have been elsewhere, but the fact that you're here with me on this special day, I appreciate. Thank you so much. And I recognize everybody here. My name is Tindi Ronnie Chris. My studio name is Tindi Colors, just as you see the t-shirt here. It's a young studio, because I've been in different studios, but this is my own studio. I come from Tindi Colors. Right now it's in Wakiso, and I think I'll maintain that because it's my own place. Then also to answer his question, there's something I missed. I'm currently the Vice Chair of the Artists Association, Uvada, the Vice Chair. Then about the exhibition, let me take this opportunity to thank Senson and Dorothy for the opportunity to show here and giving me the chance to showcase what I can. And also I appreciate the good spirit that you have shown me throughout the walk to this day. Thank you so much. Then also I thank again everybody for coming here. But to answer the question, why the Shadow of the Dinka? Let me start from here. I'm this type of person who does, I'm more of an experimental artist. I like experimenting, and I like different. So many people have been asking me, why is it that we haven't seen your work before? My work, it was more like a strategy. I didn't want so much of my work to be in the galleries because I realized at a certain point we were all doing the same thing in the industry. So I wanted to do something different. Coming from a background of a mom who's a tailor. My mom is a tailor, but she's now retired because of illness. I've seen her dispose of materials, and these materials were somehow hard to, because she would tell us go and burn, and it was hard for us to actually burn these materials. However much you have the matchbox and kerosene, it's harder. So it is something that stuck in my mind up to today, up to then, before starting the actual style. So I thought someday maybe I could do something about the cut-offs. I became an artist. Now the fact that I became an artist is something that still was in my brain. I thought I should do something about it. So as we went on and on and on, luckily enough, I won't say I'm the first person to work with fabrics. I won't say that. But when this came to me, I thought I should build my career around collage. Yeah, so I'm happy that I'm inspired. I would say I'm partly, say 70% inspired by those cut-offs, my mom, to come up this style. Why the Shadow of the Dinka? Again goes back to the uniqueness. I wanted to do something unique and different from what the people industry do. What was trending was the bright colored backgrounds with the patterns and all that. So I was attracted to that. Of course, that's also something that inspires me, the fellow artists, because I saw what they were doing. And I'm not a realist, but in my own means, I thought I should also do something that would impact in my own way. I won't speak general for other artists, but in my own way. So first thing was I was attracted by the bright colors, the plain. Secondly, I was attracted by the patterns, but I was like, since the backgrounds have patterns, I should do them plain. Then I was like, now if I avoid the plain backgrounds, the pattern backgrounds, what should I do? The fact that I was already into fabrics, when you look at my style, I was already into fabrics. I thought I should concentrate on the fabrics, on the humans, yeah, to make them. So I wanted to do the opposite of what was done, all has been done. Yeah, so I came back with that. That I achieved, but I still lacked with the backgrounds. So the backgrounds, I was like, what should I do with the backgrounds? I didn't want them plain. So I kept on trying different things. But as I said, I want something different. So I thought, let me do something darker, like to play in the background. I leave the light, the bright color, but I still do something darker. And I still didn't want the patterns. So I thought of doing a shadow. So as I went on and on, I realized the shadow was something powerful. So and different, because I kept on researching. Of course, artists do shadows, but not as I do them right now. So I don't know if I'm wrong, but I've never seen that in other artists' works. So I thought I should do that. Now, when you look at my figures, they're elongated. I thought, what should I do so different? So I had the background of doing wall hangings, and I used to do those long-legged, and so I was like, why don't I borrow what I did in the wall hangings into my concept? So I introduced the long figures. So these long figures, I wanted a story about them. So I was like, why the long people, long hands and all that? So I realized we have tall people in the world, and the tall people in the world are Dinkas. So that's how I came up with the Dinka story, and I exaggerated my hands, I exaggerated because I wanted the whole painting to speak about the Dinka. So I wanted to make everything surround the Dinka people and how they live, the colors, you know. I didn't do the bead work. I wanted something modern, yeah. So that's how I built the whole concept. Now the shadow comes in as first to beautify my background, but later on, it has a big story behind it. I can never talk about the shadow. I mean, can you talk about your shadow? No, it has a lot, because the shadow is always with you. It moves with you, you know. It says so much with you. Even when you're stealing someone's money, backbiting someone, your shadow is with you. It's listening, you know. There's a lot with the shadow. So I think that actually the most powerful bit of my work is the shadow. I will confess that, because it has a lot of story behind it.
Okay, you technically answered a couple of questions I was going to ask.
All right.
But still around the Dinka, so which kind of research did you have to carry out? One, I was very fascinated by the names you picked. Is there any special story around the names you decided to use today when you're naming the different art pieces?
Okay, thank you for that. About the stories, okay, the names, it's also a long story. I wanted to identify different titles according to what inspired me to do a particular piece. But I realized, since I'm doing a Dinka story, and the story about the Dinkas, we don't talk so much about them in the world. So I was like, since I have the chance to actually show something about the Dinka, I should relate more to the Dinkas. I did my little research. I'm not so good at research, I won't lie that, but I did my little research, and the research gave me all this through different. I have some friend of mine who is called Atta. He's a model, South Sudan model. Yeah, who also has a girlfriend who works with the embassy. Those are the two people who have been like guiding me on those specific things. Yeah, so they helped me come up with the female names and the male names. Okay. So if you're so conversant with the if you're so conversant with the South Sudan names, especially the Dinka, you can somehow know that this is a female, this is a male. Yeah. So I also thank those two for helping me out, most especially with the titles and a little info to, yeah. Thank you.
So it's easy to say there are no specific stories around specific pieces today.
What I've researched about the Dinka is slim, yeah, versus the rich history that the Dinkas have. I won't say I've exhausted, because this is my first solo exhibition on them, but I've done some little research and I've shared with you on the, yeah, so even those who are able to collect the catalogs, those catalogs are for you guys to collect. You can get to know more about them, and I promise you that if you're willing to follow me, slowly by slowly you get to know more about the Dinkas, because I'm going to celebrate them more and more, so that I exhaust my actual dream. Yeah.
So for people that might have the catalog, when you open it, one of the very first pages there is a poem. I just want to know, why did you decide to choose one poetry as a form of expression to talk about the Dinkas as a visual artist?
I realize that sometimes exhibitions are boring.
Okay.
Yeah, like we come specifically for the paintings, and sometimes we leave the audience hanging. So I thought I should, as I said, I want different. Although sometimes I'm limited, you can never be so perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm a little bit perfect, but in my perfectness, I try to provide what I can. Omuganda agamba wokoma wokolachi. So it's exactly what I've done, and yeah, that's it.
So I'll open this up to you guys. If you have any questions for the artist, you can. Okay, there is a hand up.
One question I wanted to ask is, what does the exhibition mean to you, as in the art journey you've had, as in the life of being an artist? So to this extent, because you've had a lot of exhibitions, so what does this particular exhibition mean to you on your journey of being an artist?
Okay, thank you, Nathan, for that. It means a lot, more than I can explain. A lot. First of all, those who know me, most especially the artists, someone who has been more like, someone like in Uganda have been so dormant. That's the word I would use. If you go to galleries, it's rare to see my work, but I would say it was more like a strategy, as I said in the beginning, to pull out and recreate, refine myself as an artist. Because I realized it's not about showing every now and then, it's about content. So I was like, I want something like albums. these musicians sit down and produce albums, right? But there are some albums you listen to. How many of you have listened to Samite? Those who follow Samite, he's one of the people who have inspired me to do this. He's so different. And when after listening to his music, you realize that he leaves a mark. So I wanted to, I don't know if I will do that, but I'm sure and confident I'll leave a mark after this exhibition. Yeah. The words I wrote versus the actual final product, my sister, who's good at poems, made them better. So the style, I'm not good at poems, but the style was, let me say, 70% remastered by my sister. Yeah. So I about the style and all that, I don't know those things, but I appreciate I have to be honest, but it's my own poem. Thank you.
All right.
My name is Silvana. Firstly, thank you so much for all your hard work and your beautiful painting.
Thank you.
Yesterday, my friend and I went to the film and culture market.
Yeah.
It was in the National
Theatre. Yeah.
And there we witnessed a talk about filmmakers and their perspectives of what it's like to tell the story of a different tribe.
Yeah.
And in your case, like, of a specific group within a different country.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask your perspective about what does it mean for you to like explore a culture that is not your own, and how do you think you can bring justice to their stories and their history? Thank you.
Thank you for that. To answer that, it's not an easy experience, I would say that. Secondly, it's hard because you're talking about, I've never been to South Sudan. I just read some this and there, and I also follow, say, this tribe here and there. Most especially, I started following when I thought of doing something about them. As I said, I'm still learning, but I've been attracted to how they look, how they present themselves, the way they hang out in town, even places I've moved or traveled to. I like the way they dress, I like the way, So it's really a hard experience. It's not easy, most especially that they're in a different part of the world. But I noticed when I was researching on them, we have Luos, right? The Luos are Dinkas, but they don't know that they are Dinkas. Yeah, they are part of the Dinkas. So I won't say they are mainly in South Sudan. They are also here. Thank you.
Of course, you earlier told me that there are Dinkas in the West.
Yeah, West Africa also there are Dinkas.
Yeah. So, do we still have more questions or?
Hello everyone. I'd like to appreciate your good work.
Thank you.
I have a question. It's a small question. What does it mean to you to be an artist?
An artist.
What does it mean to be an artist to you specifically?
All right. It's a simple and hard question, eh? Yeah, but it means much because it's what I live and survive on. Eh? I'm not playing to be an artist. My journey has not been easy. Those I've worked with can testify. I would say this, I've been a most neglected artist with the people I've worked with and ignored artists. I would say that. So everything I do every day, that pushes me at the back of, I want to impress and to fit here. So I would say I'm an artist who, I would say self-made, and I would say I'm 100% proud to be an artist.
It's a very common story that Ugandans are not very good buyers of art. So what's usually the end goal when it comes to an exhibition, such an exciting exhibition? What's the end goal? What exactly happens after we've left and we go and write our good stories like it was amazing? What happens after that to the artist?
Okay, mainly, to answer that question, mainly I wanted to tell a story. Yeah, I know at the end of the day, everybody's looking for money and all that, but I wanted to make a story and also speak what I was thinking about the Dinkas. I wanted also to, as I said in the beginning, to make a statement, not to I'm not like I'm on competition with somebody or I'm trying to prove something, but I just wanted to also tell my story and also contribute to the storytelling of the Dinkas. But mainly I wanted to extend my my story and experience as an artist. Yeah.
All right, so there is a question because I was almost closing it.
It's okay.
This is Alpha. Yes, I'm from Sudan.
Yeah.
Yesterday I've seen a post on Instagram, and I was so I felt amazing to see people from my place in person just here.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the work. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Emma, and I'm from the United States. And to give you a little context of what my question would be is, in the United States, when it comes to arts and film and music, something that we often have a debate about, particularly in my country, is cultural appreciation versus cultural appropriation. And cultural appreciation is like when you appreciate the art, the culture, the history of another country or culture, or in this case, tribe. And then appropriation is where you extract certain things from it, and it's all about just to sell, basically. And this is something that happens a lot in the United States.
Yeah.
And so there's a very thin line. So my question to you would be, and again, this is beautiful work, and just from hearing your story that you really have an understanding and the meaning of this tribe, but how do you ensure that what you are doing is cultural appreciation and not like the appropriation? Thank you.
To answer that, you've noticed I use African fabric, right? That sums it up, because I would have used satin or something else, but I'm using African fabrics. It's tagged Kitenge. It has the African patterns in them. That sums it up. Then also, I'm not doing this mainly for money, as I said. Yeah, I do it purposely to tell my story and also add. It's more like a culture exchange. I'm trying to mix the two, whereby I'm seeing a Dinka coming in Uganda, say, and they want to dress like us, live like us, walk like us, talk like us, you know. They want to go to places where we go to. They want to dress like us. But now, when they are in us, but still their selections are different, like in attire, you know. When you realize that if you've seen a Dinka, they like bright colors, the way they dress, they exaggerate in their own style. However much they will have money and you go the same shop, they will surprise you on their selection. You understand? So it's more cultural celebration. It's not about, of course, the end point is money. Everybody wants money. I mean, I want money. I made them, I used money to make them, and I want money, but that starts and the money ends.
All right.
All know that they are tough people, but one thing I realized, we all lose it at a certain point. We are all tough, but we don't know. We are all tough people. We have two sides. We lose tempers. We smile, you know, and we pretend. But depends on what level. So the Dinkas, their level of hiding, when they are they don't know how to act. You understand? If you annoy them, they show it. I think that's what we are mixing up. But the Dinkas are good people. I would say that. Those who have met with the Dinkas, those who have met the Dinkas before can testify. They mind their own business. I've seen them in town. When they have their money, they are guys who don't fear to carry money. You find them with lots of dollars and all that. But I'm telling you, when you say hello, they will say hello. If you don't say hello, they won't say hello again, because they mind them. You understand? Eh? And another thing, those who have had them as neighbors, and you get to know them, they are lovely. They like babysitting, and also they like parties. And when they do their parties, they will keep on reminding you and inviting you that they don't fail to come. There are those. So those are some of the qualities of good people. So what we have been told that they are bad people, those are talks from the bad business styles of Ugandans who have gone to the, you know, Ugandans are sometimes, with respect, we misbehave when we go to other places. We take our ways, and we begin to later on blame it on other people. You understand? But the Dinkas are good people. Yeah, at least I would testify on that.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm truly honored that we've held this exhibition when Tindi shared with us. I was so excited, and I realized that the Dinkas are part of our community. Most of us, those who live in Gaba, Muyenga, even this side. And I was like, Uganda, we are among the most hospitable countries in the world. And I was like, we have these people, and we had never celebrated them. And that's the bit about art. It brings different cultures together. It brings the histories of different people together. And for me, already when we were talking, I was already thinking like, now we have a story about these people. Now we need to go to their communities and invite them so they can come and see the story, so that they can come and know that we celebrate them, that now they are part of us. We're no longer looking at them as outsiders. Like he mentioned, before we used to look at them as outsiders, we're afraid of them. But now they're part of our community, they're part of our family. And Tindi, what you have started, I think it's something that is really, really good. We just need to exploit more, and it's all our responsibility. Now, if you know a friend who's a Dinka, send them to come and view the exhibition. Put the word out there. So thank you so much. I love the works personally.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you so much, Tindi. So the night is still young. We have drinks. We are going to play music. Today we are celebrating Tindi. We are celebrating the Dinkas. So please don't rush to go out. Usually exhibition openings, it's a day for us to celebrate, to party, to network, get to know someone. So don't run off. More people are still coming. The night is still young, right? Thank you so much. If you haven't viewed the exhibition, you can go in. The music is going to be playing. Talk to someone. All right.
There's a question.
Good evening, everyone. If you happen to be in the Uganda group, we have decided we are celebrating Tindi's birthday today. So I wanted you to join me as we are singing a song to him. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow.